Today, we're diving into something every single leader struggles with. You've got a fantastic idea, a solution you know will work, but how do you get your team to actually embrace it and make it happen? Because let's be honest, driving real change isn't just about having the right answer. It's about getting everyone on board. You know the feeling, right? You've been in that meeting, you've put in the hours, you've crunched the numbers, you've built the perfect plan. You present it feeling totally confident. And then crickets. Or worse, you get that wave of, yeah, but. It is so frustrating, and it tells you something really important. The problem probably isn't your solution, it's how you're delivering it. And really, this is what it all boils down to. You've got two paths. On one hand, you can tell people the answer. That almost always leads to fragile acceptance, low ownership, and your big idea getting ignored. But on the other hand, you can guide your team to build the answer with you. And the difference? It's night and day. You get real consensus, high ownership, and a plan that people are genuinely excited to implement. That's what we're after. So first up, let's really unpack this idea, what we're calling the problem with answers. It's a paradox, isn't it? As a leader, you're paid to have the answers, but just handing them out, well, it just doesn't work. There is some serious human psychology going on here. Think about it. An answer that someone just gives you feels like their answer, not yours. It's easy to poke holes in it, to resist it. But an answer you discover for yourself, man, that feels like a powerful truth. That feeling of discovery, that's what creates ownership. The conclusion becomes ours, not just something the boss said. So to tap into that incredible power of discovery, you have to make a fundamental mindset shift. You have to go from being the teller to becoming the guide. And that shift totally redefines what a workshop is. This is not another meeting where people stare at a PowerPoint deck. No, a real workshop is a purpose-built tool. It is a carefully structured, collaborative process designed to do one thing and one thing only: help a group of people build consensus and create ownership together. This quote just nails it. Your job isn't to be the hero who swoops in with the perfect answer. Your job is to be the architect who designs the process that allows the team to find that answer themselves. Your value isn't in having the solution ready to go, it's in building the path for discovery. You lay the bricks, they walk the road. So how do you become that architect? Well, it's not about winging it. It's about intentional design. So here is a simple 5-step blueprint for a workshop that gets real results. Think of this as a journey you're designing. It all starts with one single, crystal clear objective. If you try to solve 5 problems at once, you'll solve none of them. From there, you map out a logical process, a series of exercises that's going to walk the group from point A to point B. And you make it visual. You make it interactive. Get out the whiteboards, the sticky notes, anything that gets people out of their chairs and engaged. The whole point of this journey is to build towards an aha moment, where the right conclusion becomes completely obvious. And the secret to that is the last step: separating data from interpretation. You give the group the facts first, the raw data, and then you help them figure out what it all means. You let them connect the dots. Let's make this feel a little more concrete. That aha moment we just talked about, that is everything. It's the moment where the light bulb goes on and real buy-in is born. This case study shows exactly how to engineer one. So picture this. You're trying to get a group of senior executives, we'll call them the Goldie team, to agree that some of their pet projects, their beloved business units, are not actually core to the future of the company. Whoa, that is a really tough conversation to have, right? So instead of just telling them, the leaders here designed a workshop to let the executives figure it out for themselves. The design here was just brilliant. Step 1. The group worked together to create a shared definition of what core business actually meant for them. Step 2. Armed with that shared definition, each executive had to physically place their own services on a big grid, mapping them against that definition. The result of their own actions created this picture, a stark visual conclusion that was impossible to deny, because they were the ones who built it. And that right there is the magic trick. Because the executives put the dots on the board themselves, the conclusion was theirs.
It wasn't some consultant's opinion. It was a reality that they had all constructed right there in the room. The buy-in wasn't just agreement, it was deep, powerful ownership. Okay, so you're sold. You're ready to stop being the teller and start being the architect. Let's get practical and talk about a concrete action plan for you. Here's what you need to focus on. First, seriously, invest in your facilitation skills and learn to trust the process you've designed. That trust is what allows you to do the hardest part, let go of the reins, and fight that urge to just give everyone the answer. Use these workshops strategically to kickstart big changes and build momentum. And always end with a shared artifact, a physical thing like that matrix we just saw that represents the group's collective work and decision. Now, this approach is incredibly powerful, but it's not magic. And you have to be careful because there are a few very common traps that can completely sink the whole effort. You've got to watch out for these 3 tripwires. First, the predetermined outcome. If your team sniffs out that you're just manipulating them to get to your answer, you're done. You'll create resentment, not ownership. Second, not having a clear objective. Without that North Star, your workshop is just going to be a wandering conversation that goes nowhere. And finally, you have to be on guard for the dominant personality hijack. As the architect, it's your job to manage the room and make sure every voice gets heard, not just the loudest one. So your next big challenge is right around the corner. And now you have a choice. Are you going to walk in and present the answer? Or are you going to walk in and guide your team to find it themselves? One way gets you fragile agreement, maybe. The other way gets you real ownership and unstoppable momentum. Thanks for joining us.